right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back into this week's episode of Play by Play. I'm your host, Andy Horton, alongside Jared Bergstrom. It's episode number 172, and well, we've missed a lot of time the last few weeks, so there's a lot to cover. Between the weather that's made it so we've missed, and just it's a whole bunch of scheduling conflicts.
And I was sick last week, so.
Yeah, but we are glad to be back.
Yes.
We got to talk about the Super Bowl. Let's see. The NBA trade deadline is currently going insane.
Yep.
We have to talk about the Reds because Gino Suarez has returned, and Reds country went from hating the offseason. I mean, I thought it was okay to absolutely falling in love with it after the return of Gino. So there's a lot to get to.
Mm-hmm. Let's start with the Super Bowl then and talk about that. Let's go ahead and go back to the conference championship so we can kind of recap that. When I saw that Bo Nix broke his ankle or fractured his ankle or whatever he did, I assumed New England was probably going to win just because, I mean, Sean Payton is a good quarterback coach and he put Stidham where they needed to be, but, I mean, it's still Jarrett Stidham and Bo Nix. It's apples and oranges. I did not think it was going to be a one-score game.
I was a little surprised with how it ended up being, like you said. But also, like, it was a weird, kind of a whole weird game for me, like, watching it, because I thought that, sorry, my YouTube is not working. Oh, is it? Maybe? Oh, it actually is going to work. Okay. Sorry, I was trying to pull something up, and it just wouldn't happen. YouTube was being weird. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. See, the Patriots, this was a weird one for me, like all offseason, because after they beat all postseason, after they beat the Texans, it kind of, I mean, I guess that was the very next round.
Before.
Yeah. It just felt like, like they were almost inevitable to make it back to the playoffs. And I said in the Texans game, if you guys can remember way back far enough for that, I said that if the Texans were going to win, it was going to be because of their defense.
Yeah.
And their defense was amazing. Just C.J. Stroud turned the ball over, five times? 5 or 6 times? Yeah. So, going into the Denver game, because it was Jarrett Stidham, I didn't think that Denver had a chance, but also I didn't, New England, they haven't been super impressive to me so far here this postseason. This almost feels like, and the Patriots haters are not going to like me saying this, it almost feels like they're restarting the Brady-Belichick dynasty because, the first year or two, those offenses, or the first Super Bowl or so, the offenses weren't great. And then it was like the mid-2000s, or the late 2000s into the 10s, and then into the 20s where the Brady offenses were just insane. Like you go 07 and past, then the Patriot offenses were crazy. But, I mean, I think most people kind of credit, they like give Bill more of the credit for the first 2 Super Bowls, and then Brady starts getting more of the credit for the later ones. And yeah, the offense hasn't been good so far.
Yeah.
It's just Jarrett Stidham. He's just a backup, and I mean, with that sideways, what was that?
That was ugly.
I don't know what he was trying to do there.
Yeah, I was looking up the first couple Patriots. It was a 2017 win over St. Louis, or not a walk-off field goal, but a game-winning field goal by Vinatieri. Their next one, 32-29 over the Panthers, another field goal. Defense in the third one, 24-21 over the Eagles. And then they lost the 2 to the Giants in their next 2 trips. And then, they've never won. I mean, it's all their Super Bowls have been within one score. So it's not like the offense was very impressive in any of them.
So I hate the fact that it's so hard to find the videos that you want to find on YouTube nowadays, and the shorts just pop up instead.
Yeah.
I do have the. Oh, we don't have it out
I don't
there.
have it,
Never
but-
mind. But I do have the Stidham sideways throw. Like, what in the world? And then a lot of people hated how they handled this call. And I do too, because this was ABC or CBS, so that means it's Gene, right?
Yes.
Gene, you heard him the first time, he was like, yeah, clearly it's like a sideways pass or it just barely goes forward a little bit. It's the correct call. And then they flip it and he's like, oh no, it was obviously a backwards pass. So a lot of people were giving Gene a lot of flack for, flipping within a minute.
Right.
And it was a bad look. That's for sure. I don't know what you were thinking, Jared. Stidham, not.
Oh, I was about to say, what the hell?
I forgot it. It's actually Jarrett. I always do that wrong, but.
But you can't sit there and back up 30 yards like he did. He just sitting there running backwards. And it's like, dude, just take the intentional grounding call. Ugh. But yeah, and then when the second half came, so did the blizzard.
Yeah, that was pretty
That completely shut down both offenses. Nobody really moved. Either really moved, got past half field that much, or midfield that much.
I was with my buddy, and we went to the gas station. And by the time we got back, when we left, it was around the time the snow started falling. And when we got back, it was like the beginning of the fourth or whatever.
Oh yeah, and it was just white. It was like when Brady won the game against Oakland that sent them to the Super Bowl. They bring out the little plow and plow off a spot for Vinatieri.
And had the leaf blowers out to clean the lines off, keep them
Yeah,
clear.
because you didn't know where the ball was. You didn't know where they were at on the field.
Yeah, what a crazy. But that's Denver for you.
Yeah. You imagine if that would have been in New England? Because New England, that was that week we got the 14 inches of snow.
See,
they got like 20.
I totally forgot that I didn't know that the Patriots were on the road. And I was thinking the whole time, I was like, are they going to cancel the game? They're going to have to move it back or something? Because I was like, they're going to get clobbered.
And then on the NFC side, I think that's one of the better NFC Championship games I can remember seeing. Let me just look to make sure. But it was at least one of the most exciting because it was back and forth the whole time. I hate how they start you with the first one and then I want to go current. Yeah, outside of 2 years ago with the Niners and Lions, the 34-31 win that San Francisco had, it's been, blowout after blowout in the NFC Championship game for since 2018 was the last time it was decided by one score.
Wow.
Yeah.
Outside of the Lions one? That's...
Yeah, because Niners beat the Packers 37-20. Bucks beat the Packers 35-26. The Rams-Niners was the 20-17. Eagles 31-3 over the Niners. That was when Purdy got hurt, and I forget who it was that had to come in, but it was It was a backup that nobody needed to play. And then last year, the Eagles beat the Commanders 55-20.
Wow. that was bad. Yeah, so, but talk about how good both of the quarterbacks played. Matthew Stafford was 22 of 35 for 374 and 3 touchdowns. Only got sacked one time. Flip the script and look at Sam Darnold. 25 for 36, 346 and 3 touchdowns. He was sacked 3 times. Just great games both ways. I mean, frankly, you probably could have just done kind of like they just did yesterday for the Pro Bowl, had done flag football and just put the 2 quarterbacks out there with Puka and JSN and just, all right, you guys each get 8 drives and whoever scores the most points, just play flag football and just call it good after that. Because it was more than that, but it was the Puka and the JSN show on the receiving ends of the quarterbacks. Puka with 9 catches for 165 and a touchdown. Devontae Adams added 4 more catches for 90 yards and a touchdown. And then Jackson Smith-Njigba, 10 catches for 153 and a touchdown. They were just...
He had 5 on their first drive.
JSN
really? Did, yeah. Because I took the over... I think it was over that he'd have 7 in the first half. I was like, shit, I'm going to get it on the first drive. I mean, granted, he did have it before the first half, but it's like, damn. Yeah, it like you said, it was a back and forth game, and all 3 games they played this year, they were competitive and down to the wire. I know the first time I think it was a lower scoring game at the beginning of the season, but the last one with that dropped 2-point conversion that Cooper Kupp picked up and ran it in, and then this one, I mean, granted, I was looking back at it. There was no points scored in the fourth quarter, but it was just back and forth exciting on both sides that I didn't really pay attention.
Yeah, it was kind of weird that there was nothing scored in the fourth. But just great game, like front to back. And some people feel like Matthew Stafford had to at least make the Super Bowl to go to the Hall of Fame. I don't understand how you have a Hall of Fame and Matthew Stafford's not in it.
Right.
He's got to be top 5 in all of the major passing categories.
Well, let's take a look. He is, get out of the way, pop-up ads. He is 6th in all-time passing.
His all-time yards.
Or all-time yards, sorry. Touchdowns, he is... Oh, that's receivers and players, not quarterback.
He is 7th.
Passing completions, he is 6th. Interceptions. Nope, that is not the right one.
26th all-time in QBR. The heck?
He's 4th all-time in fourth quarter comebacks. Fastest to 40,000 yards in a career. Yes, I mean, I don't think he has to. He probably doesn't have to win another, even make the playoffs anymore. And I think he's a Super Bowl or Hall of Fame player. I mean, he's very efficient. I mean, look what he did in his time with Detroit when he didn't have a lot of help and was still very efficient with the ball.
Yeah, even all that time in Detroit, still tied for 35th all-time in pass and completion percentage as well. 63%, 63.5.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so yeah, I don't know. Maybe some people were just kind of they wanted to make it a story, so they were acting like that was the case. I don't understand how he wouldn't be in the Hall of Fame.
And even then, he's not retiring.
Just
so,
incredible.
So he very well can come back next year and go to the Super Bowl if they can stay healthy.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, the fact that, because I swore all I heard all offseason was the fact that his back was about to fall apart, and he got hit one more time, he might get paralyzed. And
he took a couple hits and he stayed.
I mean, they did a great job keeping him clean this year though, but like, you know, 46 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, 4,700 passing yards this year.
Oh.
At age 37.
Yeah, he's kind of pulling his Tom Brady, but doing it his own way. I mean, the ageless wonder.
Yeah, I love everything about Matthew Stafford. So then, I guess Super Bowl prediction.
It is really hard to pick against the Seahawks defense, and I'm gonna pick the Seahawks. I would say Seahawks will win 31-17.
I'm also picking the Seahawks. I'm going to go 31-13.
Okay.
I think it could be ugly. I've been saying it for probably a month now. It feels like the Seahawks are just inevitable. Also, maybe my favorite conspiracy theory I've ever heard is that, you know how it's come out that the Seahawks are going to be sold after the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I did see that.
I heard someone, I think it was last night, say that they think that Robert Kraft is the guy who leaked it.
Oh.
So that they're trying to win the Super Bowl, and now they're getting calls and emails and all this crap about
trying to get
comment on the story. And when I heard that, I was like, oh, that's not a bad, I could see Robert Kraft doing that, you know? I mean, between the Spygate and Deflategate and, he's been around some shady dealings in the NFL. And speaking of shady dealings, how?
Yep.
How?
Yep.
So just real quick, we both did pick the Seahawks. Our scores were slightly different, but 31-13 for me, 31-17 for him. We're done with that. How the hell does Bill Belichick not make the first ballot Hall of Fame? They need to go and they need to publish the ballots, and whoever didn't vote for him, get thrown out. I'm not even kidding.
Well, a lot of people who said that it was Bill Polian who kind of said that stuff. He came out and said that he voted Belichick in. So,
but it was also like a legal statement.
True.
Written by a lawyer. It was obvious. So I don't know how much I believe that. Especially considering, the Colts literally petitioned the league to change the rules about the Patriots winning and about the Patriots being too physical with their wide receivers. So I could definitely see Bill Polian do it, especially because we really going to act like Bill Polian ain't jealous about the fact that Bill is a better coach and a better GM? Excuse me, not a better coach, but...
I think Polian never coached.
Right.
General manager.
But he was a better GM than he was, and he was a better coach than Bill could ever find. Than Polian could ever find. Way better. Not even close. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm not saying that Bill Polian actually did it when it came out and people were saying that it might have been him. I was like, I wouldn't be shocked.
Right.
But also, who knows? I just can't believe how. And some people, I heard some people that were like, yeah, maybe there's people that they're making him pay for the cheating scandals. Don't care. It's stupid. You're crazy.
Well, it's like Gronk said today on the Rich Eisen show. Rich was talking to him about it. It's like, well, how do you feel? He goes, I'm kind of glad because Gronk is first-year ballot eligibility next year. He goes, how cool would it be if I get inducted with Coach?
That's one way to look at it, I guess. But also, like, I don't know. If anyone deserves to be a first ballot Hall of Famer,
Yeah.
it's Tom Brady and Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
Like, I just...
And Phillip Rivers, whenever he gets eligibility again.
I just really don't understand how the greatest coach of all time isn't... How you're going to call yourself a legitimate Hall of Fame, and he's not there.
Yeah.
Just like I couldn't give a darn about Cooperstown. Sorry, and this isn't going to be the same in my opinion. It's not like it's going to completely taint how the Hall of Fame is looked upon.
Right.
It's just like I say, it's weird. It's weird. And frankly, I think I've been to the Hall of Fame. It's been a long time, but I think they should have a separate area, like for the first ballot guys. Not necessarily separate, but just kind of in the, it's like they have the wall of busts or whatever.
Yeah.
If there was just like the
market, like you know it.
Yeah, just kind of group them together. I think that should be just kind of these are the best of the best, and how he doesn't make it, that just wild. Aren't they announcing that in the next couple days?
I believe so.
Who's
yes.
making it? Yeah.
They might actually announce it this weekend with the NFL Honors
Yeah,
Awards,
I think
which
they
I
are.
guess that could lead us into talking about that too.
Sure.
Let me just see when is the. No, not baseball.
So the 2026 NFL Honors MVP contenders: Josh Allen, Trevor Lawrence, Drake May, Matt Stafford, and CMC.
I know where the MVP should go, and it's Matt Stafford. But I kind of feel like they're going to give it to Drake May. Give it to Stafford. Stafford had a hell of a year. Drake May's only in his second year. He has plenty of time to go on and win an MVP or two after this.
Yeah, but I would never vote like that. Oh,
No,
this is this guy's last opportunity type deal.
Right.
No,
I'm not voting like that. I'm just saying it should go to him because the year he had, you said what, 46 touchdowns to 8 interceptions, 4,700 passing yards. And they went to the NFC Championship game.
See, I'm just pulling up Josh's numbers real quick. Yeah. So I would say that as well. Give it to Stafford because I don't see how you'd give it to Christian McCaffrey as much as
What he does for San Francisco's
Yeah,
offense.
well, and I'm a big running back guy, but
Yeah.
still, like, Josh Allen is like 25 or 26 touchdowns, 25 touchdowns, 3,600 yards. Like, it's good. That's not out of this world amazing. And yeah, he doesn't have 2-star wide receivers like Stafford does, but like.
He has no star wide receivers.
4,700 yards and 46 touchdowns. Like I said, that's
Right.
just crazy.
What's the next one? Defensive Player of the Year. You've got Will Anderson Jr. from the Texans, Nick Bonito from the Broncos, Myles Garrett from the Browns, Aiden Hutchinson from the Lions, and Micah Parsons from the Packers. I got to feel like it's Myles Garrett.
Yeah, he set the record.
Set the record. Yeah.
Which is the next one?
Offensive Player of the Year. Which is kind of just, was that the MVP 2.0? because it's Drake May, Christian McCaffrey, Puka Nacua, Bijan Robinson, and Jackson Smith and Jigba.
I think I would probably go JSN. I think.
That's what I was thinking too. Either him or Puka.
I mean, I'm checking Bijan's numbers right now, but they would have had to been really good. They were. He rushed for almost 1,500 yards. Let's see the receiving. Oh, he had another 800 receiving yards?
Damn.
He had 2,200 all-purpose yards. Excuse me. He was 2 yards shy of 2,300 all-purpose yards. I'll go Bijan. That's crazy. I didn't notice he had his year ended up being that good.
I'll still stick with JSN.
Good Lord, man. He had 80 catches. I'm going to have to go. How many fantasy points is that? I mean, it's 123 from the points. There's an extra 80 from the catches. That's 300 and an extra 66 from the touchdowns. That's
He had
370 fantasy points. That is insane.
Offensive Rookie of the Year. Oop. We've got Ted McMillan from the Carolina Panthers, Jackson Dart from the New York Giants, Tyler Shuck from the New Orleans Saints, Emeka Ibuka from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and Travion Henderson from the New England Patriots. I think if Shuck would have started all year, I think he would have won. But since he didn't start, I think it was just after week 10, I think it's going to go to Ted McMillan.
Did he really have that good of a year?
Shuck?
No, Ted.
Let me look up his stats. He had 70 catches for just over 1,000 yards and 7 touchdowns.
Who was the other rookie wide receiver?
Emeka Ibuka.
See, I would love to make it Ibuka because he was ridiculous, but he missed a lot of the season.
I think he
got
missed
hurt.
like 5 games.
Was it really just 5?
I believe so. Let me see.
Because it felt like it was more than that. Or maybe they just weren't the same after he came back. Huh? It says he played in 17 games.
That can't be right, because I know he got... Unless he was like Megatron and was just always listed as questionable. But I swear he missed time.
He just wasn't the same dude the second half of the season.
Oh.
Like,
Yeah, he had 63.
after the Rams game, he didn't have more than 4 catches. Shoot, after the Buffalo game, he didn't have more than 4 catches in any game.
Dang.
So yeah, I guess it's just because he wasn't the same player. That's so weird. I thought he had a better year than that. Even saying that though, I mean, he still almost had 1,000 yards.
Yeah. Let's see, Tyler Shuck this year had just under 2,400 passing yards, 10 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, QBR of 48.9. And he didn't. One, two.
Gene, I thought he played pretty well.
Yeah, he ended up having a 4-game winning streak towards the end of the season, too.
Mm-hmm. And then was Genty on the list at all?
No.
Which is just wild to me.
Or at least not in the top 5.
He was behind a god-awful offensive line, rushed for 975 yards, had an extra 350 in the air. Had 10 touchdowns. 1,200. No, 1,325 yards. 1,324 yards as a freshman, or excuse me, as a rookie, and 10 touchdowns. And that doesn't get you in the top 5? I get it. He's my guy. So,
Well, you said how many total yards?
1,300.
So let's see. Henderson, who was the only rookie running back in there, 9. He only had 1,100 total yards.
Yeah, Genty had 975 receiving, or excuse me, rushing.
Shit, then yeah, he needs to be in there for receiving.
And 346 receiving.
Yeah, Henderson had 911 rushing and 220 receiving. I would have put Genty in there just because he had to do all the work himself because of the no offensive line.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's
he
ridiculous.
averaged 3.7 yards per carry, and where is it at? Is it not on here? It's like 2.5 yards after contact.
Dang.
Yeah. So what is?
Yeah.
He can't do it literally all by himself.
Right, he can't throw it to himself. And he can't block for himself. But, I mean, out of the 5 that they have listed as a finalist, I guess I got to go with Ted McMillan.
See, I think I would go Tyler Shaw or Shuck, whatever. I'd say things how it's spelled.
Defensive Rookie of the Year. Oh, Jesus. Carson
Swessinger.
from the Browns. Nick Emanawari.
Yep, you said that right.
Oh, it doesn't have where he is. Abdul Carter, James Pierce Jr., or Xavier Watts. I didn't really know about any of these people. Swessinger. 67 tackles, 2.5 sacks, 2 interceptions. Not bad. Who else was there? Nick Emanawari. He had... Oh, he's from the Seahawks. 56 tackles, 1 interception, 11 pass deflects. Where's he from? South Carolina. Abdul Carter was from Penn State, right?
Mm-hmm. Is Xavier Watts on there?
Yes, he was the last one listed.
He might be the guy. That might be who I say. He was a great safety in college, and the Falcons had a really good defense, really good secondary this year, and it was in large part because of him and...
No, he did have 5 picks.
What's his name? Jesse
Bates.
Yes.
I can agree with Watts. I think it'll be Watts or Swessinger. I feel. Comeback Player of the Year. You have Christian McCaffrey, Aiden Hutchinson, Stephon Diggs, Trevor Lawrence, or Dak Prescott.
Say that again?
Christian McCaffrey, Aiden Hutchinson, Stephon Diggs, or Trevor Lawrence, or Dak Prescott. I mean, let me just see, what did Hutchinson do?
14.5 sacks. I'm gonna go Aiden Hutchinson.
Yeah.
I was waiting to actually find how many he had to answer that one.
Yeah. I mean, the injury he broke his leg and was able to start on time and not miss any time. What was McCaffrey's injury last year? Bilateral. Oh, that was right. Ew. Bilateral Achilles tendonitis. But yeah, no. Hutchinson broke his leg and was able to start week 1. I'll go with that. Coach of the year. Mike Vrabel.
You know Aiden's dad also played?
I think I did remember seeing that somewhere.
Bro, it's wild. They look identical. Hang on. Is a picture actually going to pop up? And the dad was good. Chris Hutchinson was good. Frickin', but he's not no Aiden. Hang on. I wish that would blow up.
Oh my God, they do look alike.
Yeah, oh, well, that one's small. So, I mean, there's them standing next to each other.
Yeah.
But, like, if you actually find an old picture of Dad, it's insane, dude.
Where did his dad play? Because that name sounds familiar.
His dad played at Michigan.
Yeah, here's an old picture of Chris. He looks exactly like Aiden.
Yeah, I mean, that's insane, dude. The genes are strong in that family.
That's got to be when you got linebackers for kids. Coach of the year, Mike Vrabel, Kyle Shanahan, Ben Johnson.
His dad had 20 career sacks in college. 11 his senior year.
Damn. Mike McDonald or Liam Cohen. I think there's only one option.
It's Liam Cohen, right?
Oh, I was going Vrabes. 2-14 last year to
Yeah,
Super
but
Bowl?
like, I am pretty sure most people thought Trevor Lawrence was done. Am I wrong? I've always been a big Trevor Lawrence guy, but I thought that most people were at the end of their rope with him. So that's why I was thinking him.
okay.
And like, they have the tradition up there with the Patriots, right? And
Yeah.
it wasn't that long ago. I mean, Brady left in 2021.
That was 2019.
Was it really
After that
early?
Super Bowl, yeah.
Yeah, I guess you're right. But still, you know, it wasn't that long ago. The Jaguars, yet they had that amazing comeback against the Chokers a few years ago. But, you know, because it was against the Chokers, people thought that, like, a lot of people weren't sure, you know, did Trevor Lawrence play really well? Or did the Chargers just charger in the
Right.
craziest way possible? And so, yeah, I'm picking Liam Cohen. I think, especially when you add on the Duval, or how terrible that
Oh,
was.
God. Both times.
And, yeah. And also, it's on a way different note, but I love that interview, or the question. It wasn't even a question. The reporter, I don't know if you saw that. I think it was after week 18. There was one reporter, I think she was going to ask a question, but instead she was just like, "Congratulations, Liam. You had a great year. Frickin', you were able to turn this thing around, and it's just incredible how good you were able to do." Like, it was a cool little soundbite.
I mean, you could also make a case for Ben Johnson. I mean, he took Caleb Williams to the playoffs. Their defense was phenomenal.
And the Bears have never had a good quarterback.
Right.
So, I mean, there's some good options. It's not normally, I feel like there's one or two. It's like, okay, those are the options.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's 3 legitimate options there. And then Mike McDonald, that's the Seahawks, right?
Yep.
That also, like, they were okay last year. Mm-hmm. But no one knew what was going to happen with Sam Darnold this year. Like, and, you know, we'll see next year if Sam Darnold's actually this guy or if
Right.
Clint Kubiak is just doing some sorcery over there. And if so, good thing for Mendoza and Ashton Genty next year, considering he just got the Raiders job.
Oh, did they finally fill that?
I mean,
didn't see.
it's not like official, but
Because he's still
because
okay.
he's still coaching for the Super Bowl.
Okay.
But yeah, he's the guy.
All right. And then, yeah, that's it. Oh, well, no, they have assistant coach of the year. You got Clint Kubiak for the Seahawks, Brian Flores for the Vikings, I believe he is there, Josh McDaniels for the Patriots, Vance Joseph for the Broncos, and Vic Fangio for the Eagles. I'd say it's Clint Kubiak. I mean, you turn seeing Sam Darnold into a Super Bowl.
Well, let's be clear, Sam Darnold was good last year.
Yeah.
The last couple of weeks wasn't great, but outside of that, he did have a really good season last year. But this year,
Yeah.
I mean,
Minnesota's definitely kicking themselves in the ass for not letting him or for letting him go.
especially to let him go and
And
you turn the
stuck
keys
with
over
9.
to McCarthy. I mean, you know, he's a guy that I couldn't tell coming out of college. It's not worked out at all so
Not yet.
far.
They're going to go back and get Kirk Cousins again.
Go win 5 games, 6, 7, maybe. I don't know.
God, no, 6, 7.
Stop! Damn it! I'm gonna make it so you and Lucas don't hang out anymore.
All right, so now I guess we could talk about the head coaching move because that was a whirlwind over the last couple weeks that finally has calmed down. We were right that John Harbaugh was going to go to the Giants. I mean, he's inheriting a very young team, but I think it's very promising if Scadaboo and Jackson Dart can stay healthy and off the concussion list every week.
Yeah. I doubt that.
Right. Mike LaFleur is going to the Cardinals. Kevin Stefanski is going to the Falcons. It'll be interesting to see what he does
Dude,
there.
that's Lucas's craziest take. He thinks Kevin Stefanski's terrible. And I'm like, what? Yeah, he said that he ruined Baker Mayfield. Now it's like, how the hell did he ruin Baker Mayfield when he's doing just fine in Tampa?
Right.
Oh, I like Lucas. That was it. God-awful,
He's a Saints
insane,
fan, so he
out of
hates
this
everything in the
world.
division.
You say what?
He's a Saints fan, so he hates everything in that division. So, but yeah, I mean,
But you can't, like...
you can't say that. It's Kevin Stefanski. I didn't think they were going to fire him. I thought like they were going to bring him in because everybody loved him.
No, I didn't know what they were going to do.
Yeah, I mean, everybody loved him. I figured, like, hey, he might, just right the ship because he got dealt crappy quarterbacks with Deshaun Watson and then, Shador and Dylan Gabriel and everybody else they had on their roster. I didn't think they were going to be competitive this year, but let him get into the new stadium, not this year, but next year. But, they wanted to move on. Jesse Minter.
Him going to the Falcons, they just fixed the defense.
Yeah.
And
he's an offensive guy, so he's going to get one of the best running backs in the league.
well, and then, like, they got Drake London,
Yep.
they got
Algier.
Kyle Pitts and Algier. And Kyle Pitts, he's a big question mark because he is insanely talented. And the last year, like this past year, it actually did start coming out of him. And
I remember his rookie year, everybody thought he was going to be a bust because, I think he had 1 touchdown, his rookie year.
I don't know. It wasn't
pretty.
Yeah.
But, he's going to, hell, I could call it now and say that the Falcons are going to win the NFC South next year. Let's see. Jesse Minter is leaving the Chargers and going to the Ravens. He's going to take over play calling there. The Buffalo Bills hired Joe Brady. I was really hoping that Phillip Rivers was going to get that job just because they interviewed him and all that for it. I was like, that would be cool.
Yeah, I wasn't. I actually like the fact that they hired Joe Brady. I
Yeah.
would have preferred that him not get a job and then the Bengals could hire him and he could work with Joe Burrow again. Because the last time that happened, they both won a championship.
Oh, I didn't know he was LSU's. Okay.
For the greatest college offense in history. Yeah.
And he's got 2 of his players on that team. Jamar was on that team, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah, no, I thought you meant
Oh.
the Bills. That's why I was like,
I
yeah.
meant, yeah.
Yeah, I would have much preferred.
Okay, so before we
My
continue-
dream would have been firing Zach Taylor and hiring
Okay,
him.
so
I
now we're
would
gonna
have been totally fine with that.
go off on a tangent. Man, how the fuck is Zach Taylor the only coach in the AFC North to not get fired? Okay, Mike Tomlin didn't get fired, but to not leave their job. How?
Because the Browns are not going to pay a coach to not coach. At least not multiple years. Yeah, it's crazy. Because I would have taken any of them over
Zach Taylor.
Zach Taylor. Literally. I mean, because with Burrow, Tomlin wouldn't even have to worry about the offense. It was literally just, hey, you worry about the defense and we'll be good. And Burrow would just put up 35 and he would find a way to just have a great defense.
Yeah.
And then,
Same with Harbaugh.
or with Stefanski, you'd have Burrow with an actual good coach to coach him and who's an offensive guy. That would have been so much fun, but nope, we just got to hang on to Zach Taylor. And then, I mean, Mentor, I don't know how that's going to work out.
Defense, I mean, he's going to make the defense better. So we'll see who he, or has he, I wonder if he's already named.
Who went to the Browns?
Todd Monken, the Ravens offensive coordinator.
And that's going to take time because they have nothing on offense.
And he was their offensive coordinator 2 years under Stefanski. And
They
he
have
sucked.
tight ends and running backs.
Yeah.
So I guess they got that.
But no, I don't know. I was watching, I think it was the week of the championship games. They were talking about the Browns hiring process. Jesus Christ. No wonder nobody interviewed for that shit because they didn't want to do all that stuff. You had to take like 3 or 4 IQ tests. You had to take a bunch of stupid ass tests and write papers. Fuck that. I pay you to coach football. You show me your game plan of how we're going to win the division. I don't need to know if you could figure out how fast the train's moving and all this bullshit.
I think Jimmy Haslam working a little too hard for that stuff. And then
Did you? Sorry, but
I'm ticked about the Steelers because Mike McCarthy's going to make them good. The offense is so bad. I don't know how fast he'll be able to turn that thing around. I think that's a great hire by the Steelers.
oh, he actually hired. Minter hired the Bears offensive coordinator from this year. He pulled him over.
What's his name?
Declan Doyle. And then their senior offensive assistant is Joe Lombardi. So there's some help there. But let me see. So currently, so did you see, nothing else has been said, but did you see when, I guess Jim Schwartz interviewed for the Browns job and he was their defensive coordinator for the last couple of years, and when he didn't get, they told him like, look, you're probably going to get the job, and then they come in and hired Monken. He got pissed. He stormed out of the facility and said he was done. It still says he's under contract with them, but
I don't know if I would say stormed out of the facility. I feel like that's a mischaracterization. He was crying coming out of the facility.
Oh.
He was bawling his eyes out. He wanted that job so bad. And yeah, I almost don't want to bring that up just because I don't want to talk about people crying.
Yeah.
That's not fun. Freaking. I just saw a notification from Bleacher Report. Guess how much the cheapest ticket, the lowest get-in price for Sunday is?
Probably 5,000.
It's not a bad guess. $4,836.
Damn.
But I guess the cheapest ticket that you can actually find right now, that you can actually buy.
7,352.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I read that backwards. It's the most expensive ticket that you can buy.
Oh.
Yeah, I read that backwards. Sorry.
So cheapest.
The cheapest is just under $5.
Oh, fuck.
The most expensive.
Oh, it's probably like a suite, so probably like
It's actually no. It's an individual seat.
an individual seat, so probably, I'll say 12.
Times 5.
Holy shit.
$59,920.
Damn. I don't care if the Colts are in the Super Bowl, guaranteed that they'll win and all that. I'm still not dropping $59,000 on a ticket. God.
Yeah, pretty crazy. So how you feel about Frank Reich going to the Jets?
I mean, he wasn't a good coach. The offense wasn't that great under him, so I mean, I guess it's a jet hire. We're just going to keep circling around on fire. Mike McCarthy's going back to the Steelers, or going to the Steelers.
I was going to say
should
back.
Yeah. He's from Pittsburgh.
I
Sorry,
think
that's
such a good hire, and I hate it.
I mean,
That's a great hire.
and then Robert Saleh is going to the Titans. I mean, it's probably going to be the same thing like it was the last time. He wasn't the greatest at the Jets at doing both sides of the ball and running the whole team. He's great. So he goes back to his job as defensive coordinator with the 49ers under Kyle Shanahan, and then he comes back and gets a head coaching job. He'll be fired within 2 years, probably, and be back as DC for the Niners again.
Mike McCarthy has coached 18 seasons, and he has had 5 years in which he was under 500. 7 years which he didn't win, right? Did I count that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7 years which that he hasn't won double-digit games. So 11 out of 18 seasons he won at least 10 games. Total, his overall record is 174, 112, and 2. And he's won over 60% of his games.
Oh.
And, a good chunk of that time was while he was in Dallas. I mean, that was 5 years. And the first year, 6-10. The middle 3 years, 12-5. And then last year, or I guess it was the year before, 7-10.
I didn't realize he was at Dallas that long.
I didn't realize it was 5 years either. So, yeah, I think it's going to work out for the Steelers, sadly.
I had a picture saved that was, but I can't find it now, so I don't know. And I think that does it for the NFL. All right, so are we moving over to the NBA now? Let me refresh, make sure nothing else has happened.
Oh, yeah, no, stuff has happened since we've been sitting here.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, good Lord.
Like the Jazz traded for Lonzo.
He was with Charlotte, right?
No, he was with which that doesn't make any sense. They traded for him and they're expected to waive him. The Cavs. Sorry, it took me a minute.
Oh, I forgot that.
Oh, so the Cavs trade Lonzo Ball and 2 second-round picks to the Jazz. Did they didn't get anything? They said we're just trying to get the money out and gave him away.
Huh. All right before we came on, Chris Paul in a 3-team trade goes to the Raptors.
That was before I got here.
Well, I didn't see it just before we got on. The Nets get Ochai Agbaji, and a 2nd-round pick.
I have no clue. See, it's not even worth really. It's really not even worth mentioning.
Oh,
That one's not.
the Hornets, Bulls, and who was that? Thunder. Colin Sexton and oh Jesus, how the hell do you say that? Osmani Dieng go to Chicago, as well as 2029 2nd-round pick and 2030 and 31 2 second-round picks from them. The Hornets get Mike Conley and Colby White, and the Thunder and a 2nd-round pick in 29, and then the Thunder get Mason Plumlee, who has already been waived. There you go, trade and waived. Anything? Anthony Davis is on the move. Good Lord, they traded a lot.
Man, the Cavs.
Oh, you want to jump down to that one?
That one. Just the dumbest thing I could have ever imagined. Why are you trading for James Harden?
Right. We know what he does in the playoffs. We talk about it every year, how he sucks at elimination games. So you want to go get probably one of the worst shooters in elimination games?
Yeah, I just. By the way, you would say that Charlotte guy, it's Usman.
Usman?
I would think.
Okay. Wasn't too far off.
Or Usman? I don't know. How about Jaren Jackson to the
Where the hell is that?
Jazz?
Oh,
That
there
was
it is.
yesterday. That one, crazy.
Yeah.
The Jazz, not the Jazz. Let's try that again. Memphis, they're just tearing it down. They're looking to move on from Ja as well. They came out earlier today and said, we don't care what he wants. So we're just moving, we're getting what's best for us.
Oh, jeez.
Said we're not working with him. Mike Conley, the end of Mike Conley is kind of coming. He has not been good at all this year. And
Wasn't he just traded?
yes, that's
Okay.
why I'm talking about him.
Oh,
Dario Saric went to Detroit, as well as Kevin Herter as part of that deal.
and Minnesota gets cash.
Yep.
So are they going to try to move? Is Memphis going to try to trade Ja, or are they just going to let him go at the end of the year?
They're definitely going to try to trade him.
Okay.
You can't just let a guy like him walk.
Right.
Got to get something back from him. See, I'm trying to find something that has all the trades, but
The only thing I have is, ESPN's not the worst one, but
when I'm on the NBA's actual website, and it's being stupid. Maybe the Ringer's got one.
The Ringer. Let me go up here and look.
As long as they don't make me pay to look at it.
Do. It is not loading for me, so I think I'm just going to go back to ESPN's.
See, the only problem with that was the fact that
It gave you a lot of grades, but it didn't give you what all.
well, no, the one I was looking at, it said what the trade was, or like named the trades, and then had like 2 or 3 paragraphs about each deal. I didn't want that. I'm just trying to get the who went where. Hang on, maybe I can find something on my phone. The craziest part about that Jaren Jackson deal is it was 8 players.
Damn. Yeah, Utah.
That's hilarious. I found an NBA, actually on the NBA's website on my phone. I was able to find what I was looking for.
Okay.
All right. So, February 4th. Yep. So that is today.
Yeah.
Cavs add Harden, which that just makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
Harden for Darius Garland and a couple of draft picks. Thunder deal Dang to the Hornets, Ousmane Dang, and a second-round pick for Mason Plumlee.
Which he already got waived.
Yeah, I guess it was they were just trying to dump salary or whatever. Jaren Jackson, that trade. Jackson, Jock Landau, John Conchar, and Vince Williams Jr. To Memphis for Walter Clayton. Excuse me, to Utah. I'm sorry. For Walter Clayton Jr., Kyle Anderson, Taylor Hendricks, Georges Niang, and 3 future first.
Damn.
So, and they still have Lowry there, right?
I think.
So they got. I'm interested to see what their lineup's going to look like now.
You said that was Memphis?
Jazz.
Jazz.
Oh, they got a ton of bigs.
Kevin Love is there now, too.
Yeah, Kyle Flipkowski, Walker Kessler.
Nurkic.
Yeah, they got a
Good
lot
Lord.
of size. But no, I kind of like how their roster's turning out a little bit. Like,
Yeah. Let me pull up the NBA standings, too.
hey, shout out to Bryce Sensabaugh. Scoring 12 points a game for him.
So right now the Jazz are, oh good Lord, they're 16 and 35.
It's so crazy, dude.
They got a lot of good players on their team, and they're that bad. Well, they'll probably get into the play-in tournament. I would assume because what they're at 61 games, so there's still 20 games left, right?
And you said they're what? 16? They're not making the play-in. They got to be one of the worst teams in the league, right? I mean, they're 20 games under 500.
They're only 6 back from the play-in. 7. Yeah, they might not.
Yeah, no, they're not. They're not. That's crazy that they're that bad. That makes no sense. Wow. That's all I can say. Man. Pistons, I already kind of mentioned this, but they had Herter. The deal was Detroit gets Kevin Herter and Dario Saric and a first-round pick. How the hell did that happen? The Bulls get Mike Conley and Jaden Ivey. I guess that's why. And Memphis got cash considerations. The Hawks trade for Vic Krejci. I think that's how you say his name. I have no clue about him or the other guy. So that's a nothing deal. Cavs add Ellis and Schroeder in a 3-team deal. And if Keon Ellis is the guy I'm thinking of, he is like super short. Oh, no, he's definitely not the guy I'm thinking of. It's out to do a little bit of.
Hasn't Dennis Schroeder played for them already?
I know he played for the Celtics and the Bulls, the Celtics and the Hawks, and Schroeder's bounced around a little bit.
Hawks, Thunder, Lakers.
Played for the Lakers, yeah.
Nope, not for the Cavs before now. I thought he had.
But Chicago got Dario Saric in 2 seconds, and DeAndre Hunter went to Sacramento. I don't understand what
Cleveland's doing.
Cleveland's doing at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, yeah, Darius Garland's hurt all the time, but trading him for James Harden just doesn't seem like the move.
No.
The Wizards got Trae Young. So now Trae Young and Anthony Davis are together.
Oh.
That was pretty crazy. Yeah, because even this that I'm looking at doesn't even have everything. It says every deal.
No, it's not.
Anthony Davis has been traded. That wasn't on the list.
NBA. I guess Shams just needs to has his own website, and then we can follow it. Ooh, Did we talk about, no. Did we mention Colin Sexton going to Chicago? Oh yeah, we did. That was the Plumlee trade. But yeah, okay, here's the Mavs one to the Wizards. Wizards get Anthony Davis, Jaden Hardy, D'Angelo Russell, and Dante Exum. And the Mavs get Chris Middleton, A.J. Johnson, Malachi Branham, and Marvin Bagley III, as well as a 26th first round, a 2030 first round, and then a second round pick in 26, 27, 28, 29. Damn. Dallas has got a lot of picks to move if they want later on. Where's Dallas sit at? What record-wise?
At the bottom of the league. They're very close.
Yeah, they're 19 and 31. That's the thing, because Cooper Flagg's having a hell of a year.
Oh, dude. Yeah, rookie of the year, without a doubt. I mean, he has been...
I know we didn't talk about this because you haven't mentioned the Celtics yet, but Anthony Simmons going to Chicago, and you guys getting Nikola Vucevic?
Yeah, Simons, but yes,
I looked at it.
Absolutely love that because I've been trying to figure out whether Jason Tatum was going to come back this year or not. I think that move guarantees it because why are we? I mean, I guess maybe you could try to win it all without it, but why are you really gearing up for going and getting Vucevic? Feels like you're gearing up for a run, and why are you doing that if you don't have your best player?
Right. And I mean, they're doing it without him. I mean, they're third.
Yeah, they keep going back and forth.
But I mean, they're 5 wins off the top seed in the East, and they're doing it with it's Brown and White, right?
Brown and White and Peyton Pritchard. And I mean, like, most of the team is playing really well. I mean, Simons was playing really well the last 6 weeks or so. Yeah, I'm very interested to see how this postseason is going to go for the Celtics because, like, obviously at this point, I almost feel like you have to bring back Tatum with how, I mean, he was dunking like 3 months ago.
I remember you telling me that last week.
The question is, how good is he going to be once you get to the playoffs? Because like he's not going to be Jason Tatum, but how close can you get him to being Jason Tatum? You know, if you get him to 60, 70%, is that going to be enough? How good the rest of the team already is? Jaylen Brown's having a ridiculous year, though. 29.5 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, shooting almost 49% from the field.
Is Giannis trade talk still being worked out, or have those kind of calmed down?
I don't think he's going to get moved this
Okay.
time around.
I know there was, I think last week, I think we were texting back and forth because I saw like the Warriors were interested in him. So I didn't know if that was still a thing. Excuse me. The other names that I guess could be on the move before tomorrow's deadline are Brandon Ingram from the Pelicans, Zach LaVine from the Bulls, or Kristaps Porzingis from the Hawks. I mean, Atlanta's just tearing everything down.
I would too. Like what was going on there with Trae Young, it wasn't working. That'll be a crazy team though. Him and Anthony Davis on a 30-win Wizards team. They got the star power, I guess. Here's a wild thing that I just noticed.
Uh-oh.
I'm just kind of looking at some of the Celtic stats. Luka Garza is the highest shooting, is the best shooting Celtic on the team. He's shooting 47% from 3.
That's the kid from Iowa, right?
Yeah, the guy who's 7.5 feet tall.
Yeah.
Or actually, yeah, I guess he's 6'10". I thought he was closer to Edey. I thought he was way closer to Josh Edey. But yeah, he's shooting 47.5% from 3 this year.
Damn.
He was 6 of 8 and 4 of 4 from 3 last night. Or like 19.
Damn.
Or 18 or something like that. Yeah, he was off the charts last night. Yeah, I love the Vucevic move, though. It's not like he's not the defender that Al Horford was or nothing, but he's kind of going to play that role. And he's a little bigger. Oh, no, he's not. He's only 6'9". That's crazy.
I mean, what is Al Horford doing this year for the Warriors?
I'd say nothing. I don't know because I haven't.
7.3 points, 4.9 boards, 2.3 assists. Shooting 42% from the floor, 35 from the 3, and 100 from the free throw line.
Wow, we still haven't played them yet this year.
Really?
Yeah. They play them the 19th and then again in March.
Ooh. Isn't the All-Star break coming up? Or is that later February?
I think it's right before we play them.
Okay.
Yeah, because Wednesday, February 11th, they play the Spurs, and then their next game is Thursday, the 19th.
Okay.
So there's a week off for the All-Star break.
Ooh. See, I'm trying to think anything else. I don't see anything else on the. Let me refresh the trade thing one more time and see if anything's happened since. And I don't see anything. I guess we could talk about the NBA standings since we haven't really talked about it yet this year. or this season yet, but I mean Detroit out west, in the East, they're 37-12. They got a 5.5 game lead over the Knicks for the 1 seed right now. New York's at 32-18. Celtics 32-18. Raptors, Cavs, and Sixers are the top 6. Then you got the Heat, Magic, Hawks, and Bulls in the play-in. And then Charlotte, Milwaukee, Brooklyn, Washington, and the Pacers are all in the basement.
So, okay. Who are your contenders?
I'm going to say Boston. I feel like, I mean, they're getting it done without Tatum. And then when he comes back, you're adding an even bigger veteran leadership on the court. And adding Vucevic is going to help out on the defensive side too. Detroit, they're playing great, but I mean, I think they're just young still. I don't know if you get them in a 7-game series, I feel like their inexperience might show up. New York, they always collapse, although hopefully not this year now that Thibodeau's out. And who is their coach? It's Mike Brown, Cavs' old coach. I would like to root for Cleveland, but I think adding James Harden, I don't think it's not going to help them that much offensively.
Yeah,
and it definitely doesn't help on defense.
I just think that actually does make them worse. I mean, maybe Evan Mobley has taken those steps forward since we're getting done with football season. Can we start watching a lot more basketball? And shoot, high school season's almost over, so
yeah.
I can start watching a lot more basketball.
And college.
Well, you just
mean basketball in
I didn't
general.
say NBA.
Oh.
Yeah, I just said basketball. I could actually watch it instead of calling them. But I don't know. He's only averaging 18 points a game. Feels like he still hasn't taken that step. I don't know if he's going to at this point.
Right.
It feels like
he's been in the
so
league
long.
He's been in the league for a while now, hasn't he?
Yeah, this is his
6th, 7th.
I feel like 5th. I think Evan Mobley's played 5 seasons. He was drafted in 2021, so this is the fifth
Okay.
season. Yeah. So yeah, for the East, I would say that my contenders are Boston and Detroit, the only 2. You said New York always collapses. I expect that.
Yeah.
And
They're the San Diego or Los Angeles Chargers of the NBA.
Well, and Brunson has to stay healthy, and he has so far this year. But if any of their, big role players go down, I could see them having big issues. Because it's Brunson, and then Cat is the number 2, but then it's real balanced outside of that. And I mean, they have 6 guys that score in double figures. Almost 7 when you look at Landry Shamet. Oh my goodness, I haven't heard that name in forever. Jared, I'm gonna run you over. Freaking. Was he out of the league for a little while? That's crazy. I have not seen Landry Shamet in years. I guess not. He just. I think the last time I remember him playing was for the Clippers, or maybe it was the Nets. But that was all the way back in 2020. That's crazy. But then in the West, I think it's a much longer list of contenders. I still wouldn't call it a long list, though. Because in the West, I would say Oklahoma City,
Yep.
the Spurs, Denver. It's probably just the top 4 right there, and then the Rockets.
And Denver did decent without Jokic for when he was out a month, I think.
Did he really miss that much time?
I thought it was a month. Maybe he came back sooner, but yeah, because he was out for a while, and
He's played 35 games. So
they're at. Okay, so he only missed like 15 games.
something like that, I guess.
Yeah. There for a while, the Thunder had the best record in the league. I mean, they still do, but they only had like 3 or 4 losses, and they were all to the Spurs at one point.
Were they actually all to the Spurs?
At the beginning of the season, yeah.
See, I knew that they haven't beaten the Spurs, and at one point they had like 4 losses, and I knew that 3 of them were to the Spurs. I didn't know that at one point, the only team they had lost to was San Antonio. That's pretty crazy. Shows you the Wemby effect. So, like, Aaron Gordon, his career has been so weird because he is having another great season. He's had his best year, actually, of his career. Who would have thought that? He's averaging 17.7 points per game this season.
Dang.
Shooting 51%, 40% from 3. I mean, that's a big reason I'd say that, and the fact that Murray
has finally stepped back up.
Between the two of them. And also, huge shout out to Peyton Watson, who's played awesome this year as well, giving him over 15 a game, and also shooting 50%. We kind of talked about it in the offseason, how I loved what they did in the offseason. Mm-hmm. Going and adding, like, just loading the bench up full of dudes to help out Jokic and Murray. And, I mean,
Hardaway's not having a bad year either.
Peyton Watson, yeah.
14, just under 14 points a game, 40% from 3, and 45% from field goal from the floor. And he's been in the league for a while.
They didn't have Jonas Valanciunas last year, right?
I don't think so.
But so, I'm pretty sure that's correct. They didn't have Peyton Watson either, did they? Because if so, I mean, they hit absolutely everything this offseason.
I think they might have traded for Valanciunas at the deadline last year. Because it says last year he split with 2 teams, but it won't let me click.
So, okay, yeah, that's what. They traded for him last year. So, okay, no, but Peyton Watson, and Peyton Watson has actually been there for 4 years, but he had never averaged more than 8 points a game in any season. So, between bringing in Valanciunas and at the end of last season, bringing in Cam Johnson, Tim Hardaway Jr., Peyton Watson taking a massive step forward. And then they also brought back Bruce Brown, who...
Oh, they brought him back?
Yeah, he's playing 25 minutes a game.
Okay.
He's scoring about 8 points a game for him. And a big thing, like, I've always liked Christian Brown, but, like, it looks way better looking at their stat sheet as a team when he's not, he was 4th last year?
Yeah.
Yeah. Last year, it was 4th on the list, and, like, it's crazy how much they've changed this team, because don't forget, they also had Michael Porter Jr., they had Westbrook.
Yeah.
And, I mean, they've cleaned, I guess you couldn't say clean house, but they've changed so much, and it just seems like everything worked perfectly. And no, I'm looking at their roster from last year. It doesn't have Valanciunas on it.
Oh,
So yeah, he was one of the guys they brought in. I thought that was the case.
Ooh.
So Bruce Brown, Hardaway Jr., Cam Johnson, Valanciunas. They added 4 guys who are combining for, that's 25. Valanciunas is another 9. So make it 36. No, make it 34. And then another 7.5 from him. So that's 41 points a game that they added. And also, like, wait, is Jokic also averaging 29?
yeah.
I thought I looked at his stats wrong a minute ago. I thought that his numbers dropped a little bit, but
So yeah, this team.
Denver
stays
might
healthy.
win it all again, man. I just said that it's gonna be between, or that all 4 of them are contenders.
They all could stay healthy.
It might be. I could see it not being close.
Boston, Denver final.
Maybe, but yeah, I wouldn't be super shocked by that. I could see it not being very close, like Denver and the Spurs just blow everyone out until they get to each other.
And you know how
And then, as much of a Celtics fan I am, I could also see either of those teams steamrolling us.
I mean, I guess you'd be fine if it was the Spurs, because you're.
I wouldn't be real upset, that's for sure. I definitely wouldn't be real upset. I've been waiting for that my whole life, though. A Celtics Spurs finals. We got a chance.
Yeah,
Let's keep it going, boys.
and don't remember how Joker plays when he's close to the end of the season. He can go home to his racehorses. He just puts it on another level. It's like we're either winning or we're going home early. But I think that might do it for this week's episode of Play by Play. I don't have anything else to add.
We didn't talk about, I mentioned it at the beginning of the
Yeah.
show, so let's just talk about it for a few minutes. Thank the good Lord that Chino is back. Thank the good Lord. Opening day is 50 days away. I told you before the show I might become a season ticket holder this year. I am very excited, man. I love what we did with
Well, buy 2, and I'll go to as many as I can with you.
the bullpen. Freaking, I loved what we did with the bullpen. I would have really liked it if we could have kept Scott Barlow, because I thought he was awesome last year. So, all right, I guess that's going to do it for this week, right? I mean, you don't
Yeah.
have anything else?
I don't have anything else.
All right, so I guess that's going to do it for this week's episode of Play by Play. We'll talk Super Bowl recap next week, and then, I mean, it's basketball
basketball.
season. It's on.
Yeah. Talk about what Miami's doing down in the MAC, making history. Next week, we'll at least bring it up. Talk about it. But yeah, like the show, share it across all social medias, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and we will see you guys next week.